Hi, I'm Michael Su. I build migration services here at AWS. And I want to share some information with you about the tools that we offer customers to migrate their data warehouses into the cloud. A data warehouse is really just a database that's been optimized for analytics. And that means managing big data to compute business metrics or to feed advanced analytics like machine learning models. So Amazon Redshift is our managed data warehouse offering. With Amazon Redshift, you let AWS automate all the day-to-day administration tasks for your data warehouse, and it lets you leverage the compute and storage resources that we can provide at cloud scale. So tens of thousands of customers use Amazon Redshift to gain new insights from their data every day. And you can use Redshift to query literally exabytes of data across your data warehouse, your operational data stores, and your data lake using standard SQL. You can integrate other AWS services such as Amazon EMR, Amazon Athena, Amazon SageMaker, AWS Glue, AWS Lake Formation, and Amazon Kinesis to utilize all the capabilities that we provide in the AWS cloud. So how can you migrate into Amazon Redshift? Well, if you've been operating your data warehouse on premises, it can be a significant investment to migrate into AWS. For example, you may be using a proprietary engine that offers a feature set that's very different from Amazon Redshift. And that would mean lots of data conversion, code refactoring, and maybe even re-architecture of your data ingestion and consumption applications. But my team has been working very hard for the last few years to automate many aspects of this migration process. So we've really listened to our customers and delivered dozens of features in our tools, the AWS Schema Conversion Tool, or SCT, the AWS Database Migration Service, we call it DMS, and Amazon Redshift to accelerate your migrations. So what I'd like to do is maybe share a couple of examples. Your workload may rely on non-standard proprietary features that aren't directly supported by Amazon Redshift. So for example, you could be using set tables. And set tables are very similar to primary keys, except that they guarantee what we call full row uniqueness. And there are some subtle differences, but it's essentially as if all the attributes in the table were part of the primary key. So if you have applications that depend on set semantics, you need a way to emulate that same behavior in Amazon Redshift. Well, now we're happy to provide an ability to use AWS SCT to automatically convert your SQL code. SCT will analyze your SQL and inject code into your SQL stream that will check for duplicates before they're inserted into the database. And if you're building a new application that uses set tables, we've also published a how-to blog that describes the transformation so that you can replicate the process yourself. So AWS DMS, or just DMS, is our managed database migration service. You can use DMS to replicate data into Amazon Redshift. And we've recently enhanced DMS with parallel load capabilities that are optimized specifically for Redshift. So in the traditional process, you have a pipeline, and each step in that pipeline was serial. So you would first extract data, upload that data to S3, and then have that data copied into Amazon Redshift. Well, DMS now supports what we call parallel full load. And with parallel full load, the ingestion process into Amazon Redshift runs at the parallel degree you choose. You control how many parallel sessions to use with a DMS task setting. And you can dial it up or dial it down to meet your particular use case. Finally, let me share an enhancement to Amazon Redshift that we built to make it easier to migrate your ETL streams. Many customers depend on database scripting to run ETL. And in a large warehouse, you may have pipelines with tens of thousands of scripts that were written in your particular vendor's proprietary language. So to help with those migrations, we created a tool called rsQL. rsQL is a purpose-built scripting tool optimized for Amazon Redshift. With rsQL, you can execute SQL statements to build, cleanse, and transform your data. rsQL also includes control logic, so you can monitor and detect when your pipeline is executing correctly or not, and then take appropriate action. So these are just a few of the dozens of enhancements we've made recently to enable migrations into Amazon Redshift. For more details, you can visit the AWS Blogs website. See the description for links to relevant posts. Otherwise, I hope you found this information useful, and happy migrating.